Welcome to the Bulldog Broadcast on the Field of 68 Media Network. I'm your host, Dan Dickau. Thanks for joining today. First off, we really want to appreciate our sponsors, Shoot 360 Spokane, Dan Can Insurance, Wave Capital Lending, and McGillivray Environmental, a couple great companies who have supported this broadcast throughout this season. So share your support and thanks by providing them an opportunity to provide services to you. So thanks to them. Throughout this episode, there will be more information on each of those companies if you want to support them. So again, thanks to McGillivray Environmental, Shoot 360 Spokane, Wave Capital Lending, and Dan Can Insurance. But task at hand for Gonzaga, the stretch run of the WCC is upon us. They host San Francisco tonight, a Don's team that is actually ahead of Gonzaga at the standings. They're sitting at 10-3 while Gonzaga is 9-3. San Francisco has been playing some really good basketball. A week ago, they beat St. Mary's at home, where they are undefeated this season. So that will make for an interesting rematch a few weeks from now when Gonzaga heads down to San Francisco. Although that game will not be played on campus, that will actually be at the Chase Center, the home of the Golden State Warriors. But they San Francisco played really well last week. They beat St. Mary's after being down double digits in the second half, 1-1, and then they went on the road to LMU and got a big road win. But in that week, they had some great production from a number of guys. Malik Thomas, who continues to play at a high level, leads the WCC in scoring. So Gonzaga will have to do a good job on him. Ryan Beasley is a very aggressive scoring guard, but defensively, he did a tremendous job on Augustus Marshalunas in the second half, took a big charge down the stretch against LMU to kind of help seal that victory as well. Tyrone Riley, the fourth, a really good active three-man for San Francisco, the reigning West Coast Conference player of the freshman of the week, excuse me. So it's going to be a challenge for Gonzaga with USF coming in. But I quickly wanted to touch on Gonzaga's previous week. They had a big week in regards to taking care of business. They beat LMU at home in convincing fashion, where maybe the early stretch of that game wasn't great, wasn't pretty. Well, take that back. The first 3 or 4 minutes was great. And then they had about a 20-minute stretch where both teams kind of struggled. Both teams kind of weren't able to get a great flow offensively. They weren't able to, pull away from each other. But that last maybe 13, 14 minutes, Gonzaga looked really good. They were dominant on the defensive end of the floor, and then they were clicking on the offensive end of the floor. They go down on the road to Pacific, which is a very difficult place to play at. If you remember some of the games in years past, they've needed big performances, whether Shemek Karnowski, whether it was Kyle Wiltshire, had a huge game there a few years ago. Pacific, they're much improved. 3 wins in conference after not reaching that total a season ago under new head coach David Smart. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. Pacific gave Gonzaga some challenges. But what I like to see is the professional approach that Gonzaga had from a number of guys. I mean, they had production from Huff. They had production from Nemhard, who now is Gonzaga's all-time season assist leader again. So that's back-to-back seasons. He's broken the record. I thought Battle looked really good again, especially after playing well against LMU. So that's 2 consecutive games for Battle where he's kind of kept his emotions in check, and he's been really good. I thought Huff played really well at Pacific. I thought Nolan Hickman has continued to be really steady. And defensively, Nolan Hickman was as active as I can remember him being at Pacific. Had, I believe, 3 or 4 steals, but he had 2 great defensive plays in that first half. One was a steal when he was getting posted up, and then another was a steal in the passing lane. So seeing some great signs there. But look into this week. We touched on San Francisco. I think some of the things that are going to be important for this San Francisco game tonight on Thursday is going to be, you got to dominate the glass. That's always been one of Gonzaga's focal points. San Francisco did a great job on the glass against St. Mary's. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. I think, your perimeter defense in this game has to be good. Malik Thomas leads the league in scoring, right around 20 in conference games. He's a big guard, about 6'5". He can shoot it from past the 3-point line, averages over 2 threes made per game. But he can also put the ball on the deck, attack, get out in transition, and finish. And they'll post him up some. So I would imagine that's going to be Battle's assignment. But it'll be interesting to see, just how aggressive Thomas is in that matchup. Now, thank you to our presenting sponsors. If you have interest in joining the Bulldog Broadcast, the Field of 68 Media Network, for being a sponsor, don't hesitate to reach out to me, Dan Dickau, at hotmail.com. Presenting sponsor, McGillivray Environmental can handle any of your construction needs, specializing in new construction, repairs, residential and commercial asphalt paving, excavation, environmental remediation, and hazardous waste. Reach out to Kip McGillivray at McGillivray Environmental today at 208-556-6384 for your free estimate. Are you interested in investing in Pacific Northwest real estate? Are you an accredited investor, private investor, or want to be a private investor? Look up my friend Dan Can's website, investwithdancan.com. I've known Dan for over a decade, and he is honest, hardworking, truthful, and will do a great job in helping you navigate the world of real estate lending and investing. Check him out today, investwithdancan.com.
The world's leading immersive basketball training experience that combines in-person skill development with digital gamification and virtual competition. At Shoot 360, you will train with our coaches, measure your skills with our proprietary technology, and track your progress on the Shoot 360 mobile app. Shoot 360 Spokane. Unlock your game.
Looking for a reliable local insurance agency that cares about you? Look no further than Dan Can Insurance Agency. They are local, committed to providing personalized coverage for home, auto, and life insurance. No more guessing. Their 8 friendly agents take the time to understand your needs and give you the best rates around. Call Dan Can Insurance today at 509-328-1422 or visit them at dancanspokane.com. Because at Dan Can Insurance Agency, your family, not just policy. They've been my insurance agents for a number of years, and I can't recommend them enough. The other one that's really important is Ryan Beasley. He is a sophomore scoring guard for San Francisco. When he sees one go in, he is going to be aggressive the rest of the game. Hit some big shots against St. Mary's, had some great defensive stretches against St. Mary's. So I think that's something that Gonzaga is going to have to do a really good job of kind of limiting his opportunities. Whether the third guard for San Francisco, Marcus Williams, is their second leading scorer. He can get it going in a hurry as well. About 6'3", athletic, strong, quick, aggressive to score, can create space. So it'll be interesting to see who gets what matchup. Does Nembhard go to Beasley and does Hickman go to Marcus Williams? That will be interesting to see what decisions the coaching staff makes. Unique stat is San Francisco holds their opponents to under 30% three-point shooting on the season and less than 6 made per game. So that's best in the WCC. Gonzaga's kind of been up and down from beyond the three-point arc throughout this season. One of the things that I think is going to be key to them maximizing their potential this year is the ability to shoot it more consistently from beyond the three-point line. We've seen games where they've been able to knock it down from beyond the arc. We've seen games where they've struggled making only 3 or 4 on that night. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. You look at the Pepperdine game on Saturday here at home. Pepperdine gave Gonzaga everything they could handle down in Malibu. Gonzaga didn't necessarily play great that game. They turned it over. They didn't rebound great. Olvera had a career night. Mo Odom had a career night. for Pepperdine as well. I think when you look at the bottom tier of the league, Pepperdine, Pacific, San Diego, and Portland, the thing is you just got to handle business. You got to make sure the main things are the main things, and that's rebound the basketball, that's get out and transition, and that is stick to what is going to allow you to be successful throughout the course of the year. Don't get outside yourselves. And I think for Gonzaga, it's rebound, push the ball in transition, and then in the half court, establish that interior presence. So again, thanks to our sponsors, McGillivray Environmental, Shoot 360 Spokane, Wave Capital Lending, as well as Dan Can Insurance.